order they're speaking in is Jane's going to speak first in the position of a backbone leader. She's been joined today by Bree, who made the decision this morning to stand with her to share the hard lesson. So let's welcome Bree.
So I wanted to start with this particular quote. It ought to be remembered that there is nothing more difficult than to take the lead in the introduction of a new order of things, because the innovator has for enemies all those who have done well under the old conditions. And I think that this is kind of particularly relevant because what we're all trying to do is develop a new order. In whatever part of the system we're working in, we're talking at Changefest about developing a new order. And this is where the order of what I was going to talk about today has gone utterly off script. And Bree, who is one of our fabulous community members, is going to share the stage with me today. I was up here to talk about hard lessons that we've learned as a backbone leader and as a collective, Hands Up Mallee, about what really starts to happen when community steps up to co-lead, because we've had fabulous examples of it. And this fabulous example is standing right here beside me. And I want to really acknowledge Bree before she starts to speak, because this morning I sent Kerry a text message saying I didn't feel particularly well and I didn't know if I would get here to speak today. And Bree, who has never flown before Sunday, who has never been to a conference before, stepped up and said that she would speak on my behalf. So I think she absolutely deserves a round of applause. So what we're going to do is I'm going to speak very briefly. Bree's going to tell you a little bit about her story and about the work that she's done with Hands Up Mallee Youth, which has become home base. And then we're going to speak a little bit together about what we've learned, some of the hard lessons that we have learned about what happens when community co-leads. So what I really want you to think about is that lovely inverted pyramid that Kerry and others, Fiona McKenzie, was talking about yesterday, with mental models and changing mental models right down at the bottom there as an important part of systems change. And what I want to argue is that I think all of us really need to think about what community leaders look like, where they come from and who they are, because I think sometimes we limit ourselves in thinking community leaders are older people in the community who have already achieved lots of things, and they're not.
So I'm 23, I'm a single mum with 2 little boys. I've struggled heaps of problems in my life. Mental health, domestic violence, abuse from parents, a lot of things. I never had the support as a youth. Even now, I don't exactly have a lot of support. 8 months ago, I was asked to go to a workshop and they asked me what were the problems in Mildura, and I said the fact that youth do not have anywhere to go. Me and 2 other youth members in Mildura decided to make a youth centre which is called Home Base, which has become my passion in life at the moment and my reason to change. I was then asked to come here and just be a community member and then thrown on stage, which I'm honoured to do. So my biggest thing is I want to help the youth have a better place to go. But yes, I want to give somewhere for everybody to go, my children especially. So I'm not saying that my kids won't have me to talk to, but if they feel like they can't, they will have the support they need in Mildura as well. And then for my 6 siblings as well, I'm the oldest of 7. So I base it on my family, but in saying that, I want the whole community to get on board and do it. I do this all voluntary. I don't have any money to do it, nothing, no funding. This is all off our own backs.
That's what a community leader looks like. And I just want to take you through really quickly some of the probably things we've come up against with you and your fabulous group, the Home Base group, who are pictured here, have started a trial safe lounge for youth in our community off their own bats. Now, I thought when we went to agencies with this, they'd be pretty excited. We've been on our collective impact journey for 3 years. Hard lesson 1. You can build a really strong container, but when the rubber hits the road and community actually start to want to do things, you're never sure if it's watertight, and that is what might actually happen. Things might come out all over the place. Hard lesson 2. Co-leadership from community requires that agencies share their power, and that can be really challenging. What we've had, isn't it, Bree, is this fabulous group of youth have got on board. We've been behind them, supporting them. When we asked agencies to perhaps put staff forward who might staff a Safe Lounge, so the Safe Lounge is open out of hours Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It's a place for youth to drop in, it's a place for youth to learn new skills, and most of all a place to feel safe and where they belong. Like Bree said, it's the place you kind of wish that you'd had, that you didn't have, that didn't exist. What we got from agencies is, we've done that before and it didn't work. My staff don't work out of hours. It's too hard, and what about the risk? That's exactly what we got back. We've had 2 CEOs who have stepped up and who have really been part of the change. My hard lesson 3 is that agencies who are funded to do the work aren't necessarily your best partners. The two agencies who have stepped up to do the work are not youth funded. They are Community Health Service and an Ethnic Communities Council who have heard the story of these young people and have felt compelled to do something now in our community, not wait for 6 months when it fits into a strategic plan. And it's been a bit uncomfortable for everyone, to be honest. It's been uncomfortable for these guys at times when they've said to me, why don't agencies just step up and do something? It's been uncomfortable for the agencies that have stuck their neck out, and it's been uncomfortable for us as a backbone at times as well. What have we learned? That you just need to accept feeling a bit uncomfortable and you need to get on with it. And I really think what Michael was talking about yesterday about knowing who you are serving is the most important thing. I think it's important to keep your heart open though, and to be frustrated and fascinated simultaneously. And I think it's important to challenge people's heart sets. I read a fabulous article by Helen Bevan, who's a fantastic change maker in the National Health Service in the UK, who said we talk a lot about mindsets, but we don't talk much about heart sets. And I don't think you can hear the stories of people like Bree and not be moved. And I think that's what we need to challenge in our agencies and in the structures that we operate in, sometimes that we find are boundaries and are restrictive. We need to show by doing, so we've just done it. We've got on and got started. Started 2 weeks ago. We had 3 participants, didn't we, in the first week? And then how many last week?
There was 15 Saturday and 18 on Sunday.
And I should make the point that these guys have not just said, this is what we want to do, go off agencies and do it. They are there, you were there all of that first weekend, Bree, on their own time. And this is absolutely what we need to be supporting in community. And we need to keep supporting trailblazing community co-leaders like this person standing here beside me, because that's where the true change is coming from in your own community. Thank you.